Alright. Hello. Welcome back. I would like to blow my nose. This is episode 52. So, it's been a year. Yeah. 1 year is a long time. Miss you a bunch. Let's get right into it. There's quite a bit to talk about this week. As you know, my birthday did pass. So that was pretty cool. I spent some time with my mom. Right, we went out to eat. And then I spent some time with my dad. We went out to eat. And then, there's a lot of mental pressure on me because, as you know, pretty much a year ago was whenever the incident happened, right? Because this is episode 52, and I've been doing this every week. There's 52 weeks in a year. Yeah. So, been remembering that a lot, unfortunately. And my dad was like, "What do you want to eat on your birthday?" And I'm like, "I want to cook because I don't get to cook a lot because grandma cooks all the time, right? And I like cooking, right? That since I don't get to practice it, my skills never get better. I mean, there's one thing to study, but it's a whole other thing to actually apply to study, right? And I haven't been able to cook properly for a couple. I think it's been a year now, right? Year plus. Um. So. Yeah. And I cooked on my birthday, and my dad's trying to be more health conscious, but only in some aspects of his life. And I wanted to do fried chicken, right? That's usually pretty easy, and fucking it usually tastes pretty good, and it's just something to do, right? I wanted to cook it because I wanted to cook not just fried chicken, but a specific kind of fried chicken called Nashville Hot, and it's just a very spicy chicken, right? It's got a bunch of spices that you pour hot oil on, so it creates a hot oil, right? Similar to in Chinese cuisine, right? Um, yeah, where they make chili oils and stuff, but they do it with just yeah. Anyway, I'm sure you don't care. Spicy chicken, it went bad. It's not like it went bad, as in it decayed. It just went bad because I fucked it up every step of the way, just because I'm out of practice, right? So first step, right, the day before, you do a dry brine of your chicken, and I oversalted it, right? Um, Very sad, right? And I didn't find out until after, right? Um, let's see what else. Oh yeah, the health conscious thing. I totally forgot we were talking about that. Yeah, my dad was like, "Does it have to be fried?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it does have to be fried." And he because he was like, "I don't want to use a lot of oil." this, and for some fucking reason, me, who knows way more about cooking, allowed him to convince me, right? And he knows nothing about cooking except that he can make steaks. And that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. And he can make pancakes, but they're always burnt for some fucking reason. Anyway, I let him convince me to air fry a fried and battered chicken. Right? And I did this for like 6 chicken thighs. Right? It was so sad because I battered them perfectly. They went in the air fryer of all fucking things, and they came out shit. And I have no one else to blame except for me because my dumbass was like, oh, I'm sure it'll be fine, whatever. He wants to eat more healthy, so there's less oil, and oh my gosh, dude. And then, like, I knew it was my fault, but at the end of it, when I finished cooking, there was sweat all over my face because it's super hot, especially because the state I live in, and then I'm cooking as well, and it's hot there, and then what else? What else was there? I was cooking for like an hour plus because I had to do a bunch of prep beforehand. And I'm doing all the cooking myself. And then there's other people in the kitchen. For some reason, my grandma just wanders in and loiters. And then my dad's girlfriend walks in and loiters. Like, bro, get the fuck out of my kitchen, bro. I'm trying to work, right? and like, bro, what is the thought process behind that, dude? Like, why are they in there? Anyway, at the end of it, right, all of the food is fucked up, right? Oversalted chicken, fucked up batter because it got air fried when it wasn't supposed to, right? And everything was just falling apart. I'm sweating profusely because of the heat. And I'm just like, you know what? I'll try to eat one. Fucking inedible. The fucking batter is soggy and it's not clinging to the chicken, so it just kind of slips off. Oh my god, dude. At that moment, I was like, maybe I should just stop cooking forever. And like, I was so close to just breaking down and just leaving. I'll leave that last part to your interpretation, but yeah. And it wasn't just the cooking, right? It was, of course, the mental pressure from remembering what happened a year ago and like its significance or whatever. And then, yeah. So that all happened. Very sad. And then afterwards, guess what this fucking asshole says after I failed the cooking, right? He says, oh, your cooking failed. I'm like, yeah, I fucking know it did. Dickhead. Anyway. And then after that, after I put it in the air fryer to have him get his like to be more healthy for him, fucking he's like, let's go to a restaurant and get fried chicken. I'm like, nah. What the fuck? That's crazy. Like that's actually fucking crazy. No respect, dude. And so I didn't eat. I didn't go out to eat that day. And since I felt super bad for wasting the chicken, because we couldn't eat it, it was oversalted. When you oversalt something, there's just no saving it, right? And I can't fucking understand how to use the salt in this household because they don't have kosher salt. They have pink Himalayan salt and table salt. and those two are the hardest fucking things to use as salt. Like it's so hard to use, right? Except for like if you're salting pasta water, like that's the only case where it's not that bad. Or like if you're salting anything in like baked goods. I don't bake, right? Anyway, enough with the excuses. It's all my fault because I'm stupid, right? I don't account for everything, right? Dude, I just ranted so hard. But yeah. So yeah, after that, I was like, I was just so over it. So I felt bad for wasting the chicken. So the next day, I just didn't eat anything, right? I just felt super bad for wasting the chicken. Like it was like, I don't know, paying respect to the wasted chickens. I actually contemplated like donating to a farmer or something. I have no clue. Um, yeah, rant over. That was pretty sad. Um, yeah. So I've been doubting myself as a cook because I haven't cooked anything since, right? So I have no clue. Yeah, and that alone took fucking almost 12 minutes. I'm so sorry. um, Other than that, I've been playing Genshin Impact a lot, right? And I pulled Farina. That was pretty cool. And I pulled it last week. I just kind of forgot to mention it, so I'm putting it in this week. Um, so I pulled Farina. I got her to 90. Got all her talents to level 8. Right. Of course, I hard pitied for her because I'm the unluckiest person in the world. Right. Um. Right. I pulled Farina. What else? I leveled her up. I think that's really it. Yeah. I've been playing Genshin a lot. Farina's kind of cool. Oh, she works. Okay. Okay. So I don't know if you know my like Barbara team build, right? Because Barbara's the main character in Genshin Impact, because she's fucking OP, right? Um, but the basic idea when I first used Barbara, right? I'm like, yo, she's OP because she can heal all the teammates and herself with her skill, right? Or whatever her E is called. E is on like on the keyboard, right? I don't know what because you play on mobile. Doesn't fucking matter, right? um, it's so OP, right? Because you can just heal everyone, and so as long as you have her out on the field applying hydro damage, and have 3 sub DPSs or supports, then you're just constantly dealing damage and healing, right? Like that's the most like OP overworld setup that I could think of. And so the Raiden, which was super good for that because her skill. Am I crazy? Is it not called a skill? There's like a skill, and then I forget what the ultimate is called. And the ultimate might be the skill. I have no clue. I'm just gonna call it her E and her Q. Okay, her Q is the ultimate. E is the supposed skill. Right. For E, right, the Raiden's E, super good, right, because it allows her to be off the field and still do tons of damage. Right, and then she can come in once to use her Q, her ultimate, whatever, and does big damage, and then she's off the field again. Right. So there's the Raiden. There's Nahida, who's really good. You bring her out onto the field, you scan everyone, and then she's off. Super good. Right? Super, super good. And then you're applying Hyper Bloom and Quicken at the same time because you have Hydro Electro Dendro. Crazy, crazy. Right? And then you add Farina on top of that, and almost none of your sub DPSs are on the field. And you can have Barbara out on the field at all times. And you're doing crazy hyper bloom damage. Crazy just elemental reactions left and right. Right? And you do more healing because of double Hydro. Right? Now, personally, since my Barbara is so high HP, I would have liked for Rena to not have or not be Hydro, right? Just have another character that's not Hydro take Farina's place as a sub DPS with the same like abilities and whatever. Like maybe like a Pyro character sub DPS or something. I don't know how it would work, right? And you'd probably say like, oh, use Xiangling or whatever, but like that's a 4-star, right? And the only 4-star that is viable for the 5-star that's a 4-star like place is Barbara because she's OP, right? Anyway, yeah, that's it. Well, that's it for the Genshin stuff. For Farina, I still have a lot to talk about. Sorry, I told you this was gonna be a long week, right? Okay. So, yeah, so I'm playing Genshin a lot. I got my friend into it. He had to buy an account because the one he used before, he got to AR like what 54. It got stolen, right? Very sad, right? So his account gets stolen, and then I mean it was an okay account. I'm pretty sure he said he had Zhongli and all that. And that was the main guy. Um, yeah, he bought an account at AR52 or 51. He got it to 52. But the account, like whoever like had it before, right? I'm sure it was like one of those like like people like in Africa that like have like a bunch of people play on like an account like constantly getting like exploring the entire world, and they did no combat, right? They grabbed all the Oculus, all the chests, did all the puzzles, and they got all the primo gems in the world, right? And it was like all the way up until like the newer stuff, and they did like almost no quest, right? I'm sure they did like world quests and stuff to unlock more of the world and stuff. But yeah, it was crazy, right? And they had all of like the basic like 4-star characters. Like they had Amber, Kaya. What's the Electro librarian chick? Lisa? I forget her because fucking she's so dog shit. And I forgot the 5th one. I think it was Noelle or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, it was the Traveler. Damn, I forgot that one even more because the Traveler's ass. Yeah. Anyway. What was I gonna say? Yeah, he bought the account. It was super weird account, right? It was AR51 when he got it, and he had like none of his characters leveled up. It was pretty cool though, because if you like check the account like full history, within like 20 pools, they got fucking what was it? They got Farina and Zhongli. And then they also never spent any of the primos or pools. So he has like 360 plus pools right now, and he's just sitting on them, waiting for new characters to come out. Because I mean, I told him to, because this dumbass probably would have like completely wasted all of them. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, and I've been helping him like level up characters and stuff because he's at such a high world level, but he can't actually kill anybody. So I've been hopping in his world pretty frequently to help him kill stuff. Right now where he's working on the Raiden, right? Oh yeah, that was the third one. Yeah. So like within like the span of 20 to 30 pulls, he gets insane 5 stars, right? And then what do you call it? A couple days ago, let me see. On the 20th, 2 days ago. Right? So 2 days ago, we go to pool, or we get like a free 10 pull, right? Because I believe Nouvelette gets a huge nerf, right? And I know that your ass is gonna pull for him, right? Because you're fucking a gremlin, I guess. I don't know. So I know you have him. I don't have him because obvious reasons. I just don't have him, right? And he used to be like the best hydro dealer. Now he's kinda good. I mean, he's still really really good, but yeah, he got nerfed. We get a free 10 pull. And then my friend's like, bruh. Trust me, I 10 pull right here. I get a 5 star, right? And mind you, the account still only has like 30 to 40 pulls on it with all of those other 5 stars in. I'm like, dude, there's no fucking way you get a 5 star here. And I was like, and beforehand, I have the clip too of the audio, right? I tell him, if you pull a 5 star here, I'll buy you something on Uber Eats. Because I'm that confident that he's not that lucky. Bro pulls and gets the current 5 star banner. What's the chick's name? It's like the new Geo chick that's like a tier. Hold up, gotta find her. Doing mid research. Navia, fucking crazy, dude. Like, dude, what? How is that even possible? He gets like I have 5 stars and like 50 pulls or something, 40 pulls. So I bought him like a teddy bear from Uber Eats. It was like $15. I'm like, god damn. And so, yeah, that was an L for me, I guess. No, it definitely was. Yeah, it was just an L in general. um, and yeah, that was that. Yeah, this is going along on a lot longer than I thought it would. And then yesterday, I had like a super realistic dream, right? And like where I thought I was going to die. And I don't want to get into it, but I wrote a really long like thing of like what happened in the dream and then my thoughts after the dream. And I'm not gonna say it here. Right? But if you are watching this in the future and you are interested, the date is 7/22/2024. I do have it written in the I would like to blow my nose channel. And I I don't delete anything because it's good to go back and look at your cringe self so you can grow. And yeah, it's super funny because I wrote it in like the I would like to blow my nose chat. And it's just like since I like write the things down that I'm gonna talk about, it's just like cooking fail, Farina, Eddie Tenpool, and then thinking of you while dying, and then it's just a huge like essentially like a script of like what happened while dying or whatever. It was just like a horror story, and then my thoughts afterwards is super like sad, and then after that, it's a story about my broken mouse. Super funny. Anyway, I'm sure I'll be cringing at it in the future because it's super cringe. And yes, that's my way of coping for being sad is to call it cringe. All right, so so I don't be sad anymore because being cringe is disgusting. I don't know. It's just not good. Right. So yesterday, right? Well, a few days ago, right? My friend and I are playing a video game, right? It is the we're playing something called like the Impossible game on not the Impossible, right? Don't get it like mixed up. It is a board game and tabletop simulator, and it's super memey, right? And super like just stupid. And so we're playing it, and like a bunch of the tiles are like really really dumb. Like go back all the way to the start, or like talk like Obama for 5 rounds. There's also one that makes you Alt F4 to close the game and then restart. Um. So yeah, it's really really bad. And my friend and I never got past like 1/3 of the whole board, right? And like one of the things were on there was like throw the closest item to you, right? And the closest item to me when I'm playing is my mouse. So when I landed on it, I had to throw my mouse. I just tossed it, right? And I tossed it a lot harder than I thought I would. I was like, oh shit. It slammed into something. And then after that, my mouse won. Like the main clicking function of the mouse, it just didn't work. So I had to order a repair kit, right? Just like a regular like set of screws and like really fine detailed screwdriver type of deal. Not specifically for my mouse, right? And I've been needing one for a while because there's a bunch of stuff I've been wanting to fix or have needed to fix in the past, and I just couldn't. So I bought it. It was like $50, crazy, right? Um, and then I fixed my mouse, right? I'm a fucking genius. I took the whole thing apart. It was a pain in the ass. Not kind of. It was a pain in the ass. I took the whole thing apart. I put it all back together. I fixed it like a fucking genius, of course. And then yeah. And then I ordered another mouse just in case because I had no backup, right? And I had no backup in air quotes because I technically did have a backup. I have like 4 mice in total, right? But 2 of them don't have little side buttons, so I can't walk in Valorant, right? And those are because I use my thumb mouse button to walk. I know it's super crazy, but it's a habit I learned when I first picked up CS. That was like CS:GO, right? Yeah. I was like, holy shit. 6+ years ago? Something like that? 7. It was 7 years ago. I don't know, something like that. I'm pretty sure it was longer, honestly. Um, and then the other mouse, right, the 4th one, if you were counting, um, it, I just don't have a cable for it. It's a wired mouse, and it has a micro USB connector, and that I lost, right? I have no clue how I lost a cable, because there's only like 2 places it could be, right? I have one like little small cable box of like frequently used cables, like right next to me. Like right now, it's like a foot away. And then I have a bigger box with like cables that are honestly I should be throwing them away because they're all like super obscure, like old tech that nobody uses anymore and just completely obsolete, right? So all of those cables are in a big box behind me, and it's also got some other cables like HDMI, some stuff that connects to the motherboard and power supply and stuff like that. Anyway, what was I talking about again? Yeah, I get a new mouse, right? So I'm going to have this mouse that I currently have that's pretty broken, and I took off all of the skates. So under a mouse, you have like the main like body, and then you have like these little like plastic, like really super smooth plastic like feet underneath the mouse, so it can glide along a mouse pad super like cleanly, right? I had to take all of those off, and I don't have a heat gun, so I just took them all off and I just tossed them because I couldn't put them back on, right? It was super scuffed. So now this mouse that I'm currently using, right, the new mouse hasn't come in, is going to be my backup mouse whenever the new one comes in. Right, I'm gonna put this one away. Right, it's still usable. It just doesn't have feet, which is kind of weird. Right, it drags along mouse pads now. There's a lot of extra resistance, which isn't good for high octane first person shooter games, obviously. Right, and it's a heavy mouse, so it doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, now I'll have a real backup mouse. And yeah, that was a lot longer of an episode. Oh wait! Oh my gosh! I almost forgot because I didn't write it down. I need to write everything down, dude. I'm so stupid. Anyway, I plan on moving OBS from my old streaming computer onto my new computer. Right. This because like we've already gone through a year on my old computer. Right. So I'm gonna move it onto my new computer. The streaming setup might be different because I have to move everything over, right? And man, it is a lot of work. But my voice should sound better because I won't have to go through a bunch of different loops to try to get audio onto my streaming computer. So yeah, that'll be pretty cool. And then oh yeah. Oh my gosh. This might just add another like 5 to 10 minutes to this fucking episode. Crazy. But like my dad asked me like what I wanted for my birthday. Sorry to go back to that, but like I asked for, yo, can we get a wired connection from the router to my PC? The thing is, the wires or like the router or modem or whatever is like the entire house away from where my room is. So, and this house didn't come with like Ethernet ports like already all over the place, which usually in a modern house they do, which is really confusing to me. So there's no Ethernet ports literally anywhere else except for the living room, which sucks. So I asked if we can get a wired connection to like a switch or something, which is basically like a USB hub for a router modem thing. Just think of it like that, right? It makes it simpler, right? So it would allow me to get a wired connection to my PC, which is faster, more stable, and I don't have to worry about dropping my connection ever and have faster download speeds because we're paying for like 300 down, and I only get like 75 at best in my room, and it's super shit, right? So we get a new mesh network. Amazon Day just passed, right? So he gets a new mesh network. And he says, yeah, it's supposed to be super fast. We try a bunch of different configurations in the house, and I'm pretty sure inside my room or something, or like or not inside my room, but like inside the walls that are like surrounding my room is gotta be like electrical wiring or like piping of some sort, because fucking dude, the Wi-Fi like mesh network thing is literally 5 inches max outside the opposite side of my wall, and my connection to it is super ass. I believe I only get 200 down. It's supposed to be like 300. So something is blocking the connection, and I even feel it in Valorant sometimes, where it'll actually drop me from the game. And it's not actually sometimes, it's very frequent. Like it'll happen like 5+ times a game, it'll just drop the connection and it'll pick back up later. So I'm pretty sure there's interference somewhere. Super annoying, yeah. But yeah. So I've been having to deal with that as well. Yeah. I eventually had to buy a new network card for my PC. I got really scared because when I installed the network card, my shit blue screened and it just wouldn't turn on again. So that was pretty scary. But I obviously did get it working again. So that's cool. I'm pretty sure that's it. And now my computer gets 200 and something down. I think I said that earlier, but yeah. Um. Yeah. Sorry, this episode was so long. I forgot to do the meme of the week. Oh my god! Imagine last episode I forgot to do meme of the week. Crazy. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready? This was kind of goofy. Bam. Where'd it go? What? What the fuck?
Wolf.
Oh, there it is.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Wolf. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Wolf.
Super funny stuff.
Who's a good boy? Wolf. Who's a good boy?
Yeah.
Who's a good boy?
There's.
Wolf. Who's a good boy?
That is the funniest meme of this week.
Wolf. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Very funny.
Wolf. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Wolf.
Alright, hold up. Let me turn this
Who's
off.
a good boy?
Alright. I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna sign off now. Happy 1 year anniversary of the incident thing. Hopefully I only need to wait 1 more year. If I have to wait longer, that'll be pretty bad. Don't know if I can wait that long. And now I said I know I said I might wait 6 years, right? But man, it's tough. It's really tough. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I'm gonna sign off now. Be safe, take care of yourself, and don't forget about me. Hope you loves.